Will not be seen so that we may bring you continuing live coverage of WIAA basketball exclusively on WXGZ Super 32, Appleton.
Live from the University of Wisconsin Fieldhouse in Madison, it's the 13th annual WIAA Girls State Basketball Championships. This sports exclusive is brought to you by the Rural Companies. We'll be there for all your tomorrows. Live from the University of Wisconsin Fieldhouse in Madison, it's the 13th annual WIAA State Girls Basketball Tournament. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jay Wilson. We're glad you joined us for today's Class A quarterfinal game between Appleton West and Portage. And we'd like to say we're very proud to announce that it's the first time in state tournament history a girls basketball quarterfinal game has been televised live. In just a few minutes, we'll be tipping off with our first matchup, Appleton West against Portage. Right now, let's preview the game and take a look at the Terrors and the Warriors. This is Appleton West's fourth appearance at the Girls State Basketball Tournament, and the Terrors traveled quite a bumpy road to get there. After a 4-3 start in the regular season, Appleton West came together behind their floor leader, Becky Seibel.
Beginning of the year, we were definitely up and down. One reason is because one of our starting guys right now was swimming for 3 weeks, and, you know, you can't come back the next week and be up to par, so it took a while for her to get back into it.
The Terrors will be looking to get the ball inside to center Tracy Werner. Portage wouldn't mind doing the same because the Warriors have 6'2" center Andrea York, who's averaging 18 points and 10 rebounds a game. Look for seniors Deb Cook and Dana Martin to keep the Warriors composed because they know the value of taking care of the ball on offense.
When the mistakes are made, they're probably going to add up to 2 points for the other team. I think sometimes you make mistakes in a conference game and the other team doesn't convert anyway, and so you kind of breathe a sigh of relief. But here, if you make a mistake, you pay for it, and I think you know, you're going to see that throughout the tournament.
In a moment, I'll be joined by Lindy Kemp, the head basketball coach at Brookfield East High School, to take a further look at today's matchup. And we'll have the lineups and the play-by-play story. But first, these commercial messages. This is your WIAA network station. The drama and excitement of the 1988 WIAA Basketball Championships continue next week on the WIAA television network with complete coverage of the boys' state tournament. Join us for all 13 games live from the UW Fieldhouse, beginning with the Class A quarterfinals Thursday, March 17th at 1 p.m., followed by semifinal action Friday, March 18th, and championship games in Classes A, B, and C on Saturday, March 19th. Don't miss a minute of the action when the boys' tournament unfolds next week on the WIAA Basketball Network.
I'm Doug Chickering. The young men and women who participate in high school athletics in Wisconsin's public schools learn the values of teamwork, goal setting and achievement, sportsmanship, and maintaining physical fitness. At the WIAA, we're committed to the future of high school sports, and we hope that you give your support to the athletes, coaches, and schools in your community. Participation, fitness, and academic excellence all help develop the young men and women into our future leaders.
And good afternoon again, everyone, and welcome back to the Fieldhouse. I'm Jay Wilson, and joining us for color commentary in Game 1 this afternoon, Lindy Kemp, the head basketball coach at Brookfield East. Lindy, welcome.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
A pretty interesting matchup in Game 1. Portage Warriors having a great season, a lot of great players, 23-1. Appleton West started slowly and has been playing well of late. What do you look for in Game 1 this afternoon?
Well, the first 3 minutes is kind of nerve time, and you got to settle down a little bit. But both teams are going to try and play their game. Appleton's going to full court press and get into their man defense, and Portage, they'll settle in the 2-3 defense, but they'll put some full court pressure on and off. But they want to push the ball up the floor.
We're moments away from tip-off, but right now let's go to the public address announcer at the University of Wisconsin Fieldhouse, Jack Rain, for the starting lineups.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the 13th annual WIAA State Girls High School Basketball Tournament. Here are the starting lineups for this afternoon's first Class A quarterfinal game. First for the Warriors of Portage High School, At forward, a 5'11" senior number 42, Deb Cook. For the Terrors of Appleton West. At forward, a 5'10" junior number 41, Becky Horn. At forward for Portage, a 5'8" junior number 11, Chris Kerner. For Appleton West at forward, a 5'8" sophomore number 53, Shelley Roth. At center, a 6'2" senior number 20, Andrea York. For Appleton West at center, a 5'11" senior number 54, Tracy Werner. At guard for Portage, a 5'3" senior number 14, Dana Martin. At guard for Appleton West, a 5'3" senior number 43, Tina Fisher. For Portage at guard, number 4, a 5'10" sophomore, Shannon O'Leary. For Appleton West at guard, a 5'6" senior number 21, Becky Seibel. The Portage Warriors are coached by Ed Zadowski. The Appleton West Terrors are coached by Brian Hacker.
Buckley of lacrosse and Ken Dobbs as well. And those are our officials for today's game. And Lindy, I guess if you had to watch one matchup of interest, I guess it'd be at the center position in this game.
Oh, definitely. I have an all-state player in Andrea York, and Tracy Werner is an all-conference player. York a little bit more finesse, having 18 points a game, and Werner, she's at about 15 points a game, but she's strong inside.
And it'll be York and Werner jumping center. And the 1988 State Girls Basketball Tournament is underway as Appleton West controls the tap. And that's number 21, Becky Seibel. Now at the ball, number 43, Tina Fisher. 41 is Becky Horn. And it's Seibel in the corner. She'll be the floor leader. She'll work it around. They're trying to get it inside to Werner, but the first shot taken by Tina Fisher goes out of bounds, and it will be Portage basketball. That's one thing Appleton West really wants to do is force it down inside.
That's right, and here comes their full court pressure.
And Portage breaks it to Deb Cook, who gets it inside to Andrea York. Fight for the rebound, and it's Werner, and a foul. Check it, it's a jump ball. Alternate possession goes to Portage.
Debbie Cook had good inside rebounding position that time to get that ball.
Still scoreless, 30 seconds into the game. Portage with the basketball out front. There's Shannon O'Leary. She'll put the jumper up and miss it. And here goes Appleton West on a break. That's Becky Seibel. A whistle and a foul, and it's going to be on Portage. Looks like it'll be on Shannon O'Leary, number 4, her first team's first. Appleton West look to run, Lindy?
I think they... here's the outlet play on the fast break, and they want to push the ball up to the middle, and they're not afraid to shoot it off of the run.
Here's Becky Seibel, 5'4" junior guard with a two-shot situation, makes the first. And we have our first points of the game. Appleton West leading at 1-0. Seibel with the second free throw. 2-0 Appleton West. Just over 7 minutes left first quarter, and again the full court pressure.
1-2-1-1 press.
And York tries to handle the ball, but is called for the travel. I would imagine that's something that Ed Zadowski doesn't like to see, is Andrea York handling the ball too much.
No, but that might be what Appleton West wants.
Appleton West now on the attack. Again, it's in the corner to Seibel. Seibel looking inside, can't find it. Werner now plays the wing. Becky Horn now handling the ball, puts it up, in and out. Portage with the board, and a foul. And that'll go on number 53 for Appleton West. That's Shelley Roth, 5'8" sophomore forward. So I guess things, everybody trying to feel each other out, just like you said.
The first 3 minutes, well, we've got at least some points on the board.
Just under 7 minutes left first quarter. Appleton West leading Portage 2-0. Inside to York. Turns on number 41, Becky Horn, and Horn is called for the foul. And that'll send York to the line for 2. And that's exactly what Ed Zadowski wants, is the ball inside to York.
Well, she had good inside position that time and went up strong, and she'll draw a couple of fouls today.
Andrea York, Portage's all-time leading scorer with over 1,300 points. A 6'2 center, senior. And she's on her way to the University of Wisconsin next fall to play volleyball. Makes the first 2-1 now the score, Appleton West. And York looking to tie the game. But Shannon O'Leary there for the rebound. And it goes in. And Portage takes a 3-2 lead and full court pressure from the Warriors. And it's broken nicely by Becky Horn. She feeds it to Werner. And Chris Kerner from Portage gets the foul, and Werner will go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, Portage is definitely full court pressing now, and Appleton's breaking through it and going right to the basket. They rather probably put it up than the setup.
Tracy Werner, the Appleton West center, averaging 15 points a game. She is responsible in her scoring department for 33% of the Appleton West offense on this year. And she makes 2 and gives Appleton West the lead back again at 4-3. Portage inbounds the pressure, and that's Dana Martin, the senior guard, bringing it across court. Over to Deb Cook, who drives past Werner and scores. Cook's first 2 of the game, and it's 5-4. Portage down the lead, just over 6 minutes left first quarter.
Becky Horn showing some good ball handling.
Appleton West working it around that Portage zone. Inside to Werner. Goes up on Cook. Misses. And the loose ball goes to Chris Kerner of Portage. And Portage heads the other way with Shannon O'Leary. Inside for Cook, but Werner knocks it away. First turnover of the game for Portage. 5.5 minutes left. The Warriors still holding on to that 1-point lead. Long cross-court pass over to Becky Seibel, and stolen away by Shannon O'Leary, who leads the team in assists during the regular season with 64. Now Portage goes inside to York. 2 more. How do you go about stopping something like that, Lindy?
Well, you can either get weak side help or try to deny the ball to her on the front side, but a pass is coming from outside, so you got to be tight up on the passer also.
Shelley Roth misses for Appleton West, and it's Deb Cook getting the rebound, and Shannon O'Leary brings it down court. 7-4, Portage leading. And inside to York again. Oh, nice pass to Deb Cook. Now that time they did get some weak side help, and it turned out to be a nice play by Andrea York.
Yeah, York is very quick, and Horn didn't get around in front of her quite quick enough. Right now, Appleton's in a 1-2-2 setup, running somebody through.
That's
but
Becky
the outside,
Horn.
yeah, outside shot and rebound is what you want off of that.
Tracy Werner working hard inside, scores, and it's 9-6 Portage, just over 4 minutes left. And there they go inside to York, but nice help from Trish Thompson, sorry.
That's what they have to do, is get there before the pass, and if they double her, then somebody else is going to have to pick up the slack. There's a travel.
And Tina Fisher called for the travel. Two turnovers for each team, and that's certainly something that Coach Brian Hacker was very concerned about. Into the game now for Portage, number 23, Stacy Wilcox, a 5'8" junior forward. And Andrea York will sit down. Could that be just getting Andrea a little rest early?
I think so. You get a lot of emotional ism going around here, and you got to get your breath, and she'll be okay.
Shannon O'Leary misses, and it's Werner coming down with a strong rebound for Appleton West, and they head the other way, trying to crack that Portage zone. They've been having a little difficulty getting it inside, working it around the perimeter for most of the early going. And another turnover as the ball goes out of bounds. 3 now for Appleton West.
Appleton right now has to be a little bit more patient. They're passing the ball 2 or 3 times and then trying to put it up, but what they have to do is move the ball a little bit more.
And a substitution for Appleton. It's number 11, Kristen Lee, coming into the game, replacing Tina Fisher. Thompson tries for the steal, doesn't get it, but another turnover for Portage, and they head the other way. It's 21 for Appleton West. Becky Seibel, who pulls up and hits.
That's a real good shot. A girl coming off a full dribble for a pull-up jumper is a good athletic move.
Seibel has 4. 3 minutes left first quarter. 9-8 Portage. Inside to Deb Cook on the turnaround, and she hits. The problem, I guess, with Appleton West is that not only does Portage have Andrea York, but they also have Deb Cook, another good post-up inside player.
She's a silent player, what they call a silent player. All of a sudden you look and you say, boy, she has 14, 15 points. How'd she get those?
Becky Horn from outside hits.
Well, she's been doing that all year for them, so she's dangerous out there.
Brian Hacker says she's one of their shooters and a good ball handler against the press as well, and she may be called into that service quite a bit today. Portage now brings it up with a 1-point lead. That's Shannon O'Leary from outside again, misfiring, and Becky Horn with another rebound for Appleton West.
What they're doing is trying to screen the cutter on the baseline, coming off of the pick on a low post position, and then swing it to the weak side over to Horn on the elbow, which worked perfectly.
Becky Horn, the second time in a row, hits the jumper, and Appleton West now takes a 1-point lead. 1:39 remaining in the first quarter. And we have a whistle. And we're going to take a timeout. The 13th annual WIAA Girls Basketball Tournament continues after a word from our statewide sponsors who make our telecast possible. This is your WIAA network station.
Excuse me, do you have a minute?
No, not really. I just got home from work.
Oh.
Yeah, I got a house to clean, dinner to cook, and 2 kids to take to piano lessons.
You sound like a very busy person.
I am.
I hope you have a few minutes to talk to your rural company's agent about your insurance. Everybody needs it, including you.
Look, I really don't have the time. Besides, nothing ever happens to me.
Hey, no piano lesson.
For all your tomorrows, we'll be there.
My friend Nancy's been doing a lot of drugs. I know it's catching up with her. I can see it coming. But what can I do? If I like say anything, she'll think I'm not cool. And I don't want to lose a friend. I mean, it's her life. Right.
If you have a friend who's in trouble with drugs, don't just stand there. Do something.
Back at the Fieldhouse, our first Class A quarterfinal game of the 1988 State Girls Basketball Tournament. Appleton West leading Portage 12-11. And here's a little fast break by the Appleton West Terrors, who have really gotten off to a pretty good start.
Oh yeah, and I think they want to do this. They're going full court, and they want to put in their guard's hand as much as possible, stay away from foul trouble.
One thing that Appleton West coach Brian Hacker told us yesterday was that he's been very concerned about the amount of turnovers that his team has been having, averaging about 22 a game. And so far they've only had 2 and handled the ball quite well. Yeah,
and both teams have had 2 or 3, and it's a good ball game, and it's good scoring for the first quarter.
Again, Appleton West leading 12-11 at this point. 1:39 remaining first quarter. Shannon O'Leary to inbound for Portage. As West keeps the pressure on, but O'Leary breaks it on the dribble. Stacy Wilcox was open for a moment, but didn't get the ball. There's a 3-point shot. No good, and it's Becky Horn with a big rebound for Appleton West.
Right now she's controlling the boards, and what Portage has to do is get it up to the corner and then back to somebody going to the basket. Again, they're running Seibel through. They swing the ball and then run the baseline.
West perhaps needs to get a little more movement through. There hasn't been a lot of movement through the middle of the lane. It's been pretty much all around the perimeter so far.
Exactly, and you don't want to pass all the way across the zone too much because it's going to get picked off.
There's Becky Horn.
Well, that's a great move. Again, she likes to go to the basket. She's got a nose for the basket.
Becky Horn with 6. Appleton West up 3. 44 seconds left first half. Again, Portage breaks the pressure. Chris Kerner underneath for Stacy Wilcox, loses control, jump ball, and on the alternate possession, it'll be Appleton West ball. Into the lineup for Portage. Number 42, Deb Cook, replacing Stacy Wilcox. 38 seconds left, 3-point lead for Appleton West. Do they wait for one more shot?
Well, different coaches have different philosophies, but I would think right at this point in time, you'd want the ball in your hands when the buzzer goes off.
They go inside to 53, Shelley Roth. She misses, and now it's Portage with a chance at the last shot if they decide to take it. Dana Martin controlling it outside to Shannon O'Leary. There's Deb Cook inside where she likes to be, blocked by Thompson, but Cook gets it back and scores with 7 seconds left.
A real good follow-up, a nice drive to the hoops.
Becky Seibel with time running down gives it to Werner. She doesn't get the shot off, and the period ends. After one period, Appleton West 14, Portage 13. The 13th annual WIAA Girls State Basketball Championships continue after these messages. This is your WIAA Network station.
The 1988 WIAA State Basketball Tournament, sponsored by Lakeland Sports Center. Why pay retail when you can buy factory direct? By NEW Chrysler Plymouth dealers, driving to be the best. By your Northeast Wisconsin Yamaha dealers, we make the difference. And by Marion College of Fond du Lac, home of the record-setting Sabre basketball teams.
The best is what you get at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
We've got America's winners, and right now you can get in on our biggest cashback savings ever. It's a great time to buy a Chrysler LeBaron GTS. Now with $750 cash back, it's an exceptional value. So remember,
the best is what you get at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
See your Northeastern Wisconsin Chrysler Plymouth dealer today.
Barnstorming days? Starting right now, your rep is filling his inventory with top genetics he'll be bringing you at 10 to 15% off. That's exciting savings. That's ABS Barnstorming days.
A quick check of the first quarter statistics. Both teams shooting relatively well. Appleton West hitting from the outside, Portage hitting from the inside.
Yeah, Appleton West is at 42%, Portage at 50%, and free throw line it's 4 for 4 for Appleton West and 50% for Portage. They're not on the line a lot. Rebounding equal, and also turnovers equal, 3 apiece.
Shannon O'Leary tries from the baseline and misses, and it's Becky Horn with the rebound. Appleton West heads the other way. Early second quarter, Appleton West leading it by 1. Again, they work it around the outside. That's Kristen Lee, number 11 for Appleton West. Over to Becky Seibel. Lee loses control for a moment, but gets it back. That's Seibel. Inside to Roth, who gets it back out to Lee, who loses it again, but gets it back.
They've got Horn running the baseline now, and they're posting Roth a little bit, which might open up to Roth on a little jumper. And there's a nice shot, a good percentage shot. Just didn't go down.
And Chris Kerner gets the rebound for Portage. They run it up the other way. It's Dana Martin inside to York for 2.
I guess they were listening to me. I told them to get it up to the corner inside right away, and that's what they're doing. They're beating Appleton up the floor.
York applying the pressure in the backcourt. O'Leary goes for the steal and misses. And Werner comes through with a baseline jumper for 2 at the other end.
That might make her come alive a little bit. She's been on and off in the first quarter, and now maybe she's waking up.
Tracy Werner with 6 points on the afternoon as Appleton West goes in front by 1 again.
Well, they thought that was a travel, but it wasn't.
Deb Cook with the move on Werner and puts it in.
They're just not getting to the... Portage is attacking the seams right now, and Appleton's not closing the seams, and they're getting a good percentage shot.
And Cook is really doing a nice job of taking that dribble and going right to the hoop.
It's almost like they're so worried about York that Cook is taking over, and I'm sure she had to do that a few times this year.
And by the way, Deb Cook is 5 for 5 from the field right now. As we reach the 6-minute mark of the second quarter, Portage 17, Appleton West 16. And the Terrors with the ball. That's Becky Seibel from outside hitting. And again, Appleton West shooting well from the outside. And has them in the lead.
That's right. They're hitting the seams, and they're not afraid to take the outside shot either.
Now Portage goes with the long pass to break the press. Kerner loses it. No, it's saved by Appleton West, and out to Shannon O'Leary. Inside to York again. In on Werner. But Werner blocks it.
Good outside block anticipation. She got beat, but she didn't get her with the foul on the body.
Here comes Kristen Lee for Appleton West. She decides to hold it up, give it over to Seibel on the wing. Seibel against York, no foul.
Here comes the baseline run again. You look inside to Werner, up she goes.
And a whistle and a foul inside on Portage. Now that time Seibel started on the near side to the viewer and went all the way around and then got it inside to Werner.
Baseline. They thought she was going to shoot from out, and that quick passing outside inside puts you one-on-one.
Tracy Werner, by the way, a 75% free throw shooter. She made 75 of 100 free throws in the regular season. That's a real good percentage.
Very good.
She's also was in the state track tournament last year as a shot putter for Appleton West. So she's an all-around athlete. Misses the second. York gets the rebound, and Appleton West holds on to a 2-point lead with just over 5 minutes remaining second quarter.
It's almost like Portage is looking for Cook right now, and then, well, now they're on the lob game. This is what they call a passing game. They're trying to screen off the baseline, but they're just a little out of sync now. Let's see what kind of patience they have.
Cook gets it out to Dana Martin. Martin looking for someone. O'Leary loses it, but gets it back right in front of the booth here.
They'll start over. They've got a little patience here.
O'Leary looking inside to York. Now that time Werner backed off just a little bit, and that was enough for Andrea York to make 2.
And she did a good job over 2 people.
9 points, make it 7 points for Andrea York. It's now 19-19, 4:25 left, and Kristen Lee called for traveling. 4th turnover for Appleton West.
Now those are turnovers that are really unforced, and you want to get rid of those. There are some turnovers you're going to get because of pressure, but you don't want to get the unforced turnovers.
The WIAA basketball tournament is brought to you by statewide in Wisconsin by the rural companies. For all your tomorrows, we'll be there as it's Dana Martin hitting for 3. And then she's very good at three-point shots, 24 of 45 in the year. That's 53%, and that's great from 3-point.
And you have to realize that that's the first 3-point play in Wisconsin history.
That's right.
From outside.
Are most coaches pretty happy with the 3-point rule?
Yes and no. When you lose on the buzzer, you hate it. When you win on the buzzer, you love it. And I know Xavier is not liking that rule at this point in time, but it's good for good girls basketball. It adds another dimension.
Of course, Appleton Xavier losing the WISA Class A girls final to Milwaukee Pies on about a 35-footer for 3.
Of course, you can't take anything away from Kraft shooting it either.
That's right. 22-19, Portage a 3-point leader with just under 4 minutes remaining in the second quarter as West continues to work it around that zone. There's Becky Horn. She hits from the outside again. 8 points for Horn and a 1-point game.
Appleton has a little bit more poise now. They're feeling a little bit more confident, I think, in what they can get out of it as far as their offense.
And a foul called on number 21. That's Becky Seibel. That is her first personal foul. Team fouls, Portage with 4 right now. and Appleton West with 3.
Here's a replay, a little late, and then got them with the body and reached with the wrong hand. She reached with the right hand instead of the left, but that always happens.
Jumper by Stacy Wilcox misses, and there's Becky Horn with the rebound. York way outside on the defense, and she's called for the foul. And that's the kind of foul you don't want Andrea York taking.
That's right. Not that far away from the basket, but, you know, Portage is an aggressive defensive team, and if you do it all year, you just can't stop doing it.
The first personal on York and Portage, their 5th team foul. That means Appleton West will now move into the bonus for the rest of the half. We have a substitution. Number 11, Chris Kerner, into the Portage lineup. And at the line is number 21, Becky Seibel, 5'4" sophomore guard for Appleton West. Misses the first. Cook with the rebound. And Portage again forcing it back up court. They try inside for York, but it's Shelley Roth making a nice defensive play to stop it and knock it out of bounds, and Portage will have it with 2:55 remaining in the second quarter. O'Leary looking inside. That's Deb Cook.
And that was a tough shot because she was just a little behind the backboard, and in the field house you've got a few extra feet behind there, and you turn around and all of a sudden there's a backboard.
Deb Cook has half of the Portage points with 12. And Werner goes strong inside. And that'll be a foul on Cook, and it'll be a 3-point play, and Werner taking it strong to the basket.
Debbie Cook got caught a little behind, and she tried to play catch-up, and Werner is pretty strong, so she gave her the 3-pointer possibly.
It's real difficult to pull yourself back if you're not quite in there yet.
Especially when you know you got there late.
There's Werner again, trying for the 3-point play, but it rims out. York goes with the rebound. We have a jump ball. 2 Appleton West players fighting for it. York fighting for it for Portage, and they'll give it to Appleton West on alternate possession. Another substitution for Portage. It'll be number 23, Stacy Wilcox, back in the lineup, and she will replace Deb Cook.
And that's a well-deserved rest.
Seibel looking for Becky Horn. She's been in there all day hitting.
Appleton has the 2 big girls doing a good inside game right now, and they're making some real nice moves to the basket.
And Appleton West back in the lead with 2:09 left as a long shot from Chris Kerner goes in, and Portage back in the lead by 1, 26-25.
Right now, both teams are really pretty balanced as to who's taking shots at the correct time. You want to play for a good shot, and you can see the patience of both teams out here right now. They settle down a little bit.
Inside to Werner, throws it up and misses, and Kerner with the rebound, and Portage now heads the other way, looking to expand their 1-point lead. O'Leary, that's Dana Martin, back to O'Leary, inside to York, spins on Werner. York gets the loose ball, but it's taken away. Back to Portage. Both teams going at it full guns at this point. 3-pointer, Dana Martin. 6 points for Dana Martin, both on 3-point plays. The only 2 in girls' state tournament history.
Well, that's a dimension that West might have to deal with in the second half.
Especially if a team is down, and that really gives them a chance to get back in it.
Right.
Now Werner misses again, and it's Kerner getting another rebound. We're under a minute, second quarter. Portage 29-25, leading Appleton West. As the jumper goes off, York goes for the rebound, and they're going to whistle Seibel with a foul over the back. Now, that's only Appleton West's 4th team foul, so he will not shoot free throws. And with 50 seconds left, Portage will inbound underneath their own basket.
Well, try to go down the center to York. And a good jump ball.
Blocked by Becky Horn. Becky Horn at 5'10", going up against Andrea York at 6'2", and it's Horn with the block. And Portage will retain it on the alternate possession.
Now they might try to slide York down the left side. They'll swing the ball.
O'Leary, one of the better outside shooters for Portage, as well as Dana Martin.
Now they get in their offensive set. They're tripling York right now.
There's Kerner with a long one from the side, misses, and it's York over the back of Tracy Werner. That'll be 2 fouls on Andrea York.
That's a emotional foul. You know you didn't make the shot, but you want to get that rebound back, and there's good position by Appleton. They tripled, they dumped it out and for the shot, and then they had good rebound position. That's why they're playing that 2-3 zone underneath.
Substitution for Portage, number 50, Megan Manley, a 5'10" senior, into the lineup for the Warriors. 30 seconds remaining in the first half. Werner at the line hits the first to cut the Portage lead to 3. Oh, a very well played game to this point. Both teams really, I guess, have to be feeling pretty good about the situations.
Exactly. You never know how your team's going to play out there. You just hope they play the way they got there.
I don't think state tournament jitters got through either one of these teams.
Not really.
Again, the pressure broken by Dana Martin. No, it is not broken. It's stolen away by Appleton West, but Ruff cups the ball. That's a travel. And Portage will get the ball back with 23 seconds remaining. 29-27, Portage still leading.
As a coach, you hope that doesn't happen. You make a nice play, and you like to convert it into 2 points, and then you turn the ball over. And that happens a lot. You have to take the good with the bad.
Under 20 seconds now, first half. That's Kerner outside to Martin. O'Leary, Kerner, O'Leary, Martin for 3. Blocked by Seibel with 3 seconds. Seibel puts it up from 30. It almost goes, but that's the end of the first half. A well-played first half in our first Class A quarterfinal game from the University of Wisconsin Fieldhouse. At halftime, your score, Portage 29, Appleton West 27. The 13th annual WIAA Girls Basketball Tournament continues after a word from our statewide sponsors who make our telecast possible. This is your WIAA network station.
I'm Doug Chickering. During the statewide television coverage of the girls and boys basketball championships, we invite you to find out more about our association. Phone your questions into the WIAA State Tournament office at 608-262-6180. On Friday night, March 18th, we'll respond to your concerns and questions live on our statewide TV network. We welcome your interest in the administration of high school athletics in Wisconsin.
The drama and excitement of the 1988 WIAA Basketball Championships continue next week on the WIAA television network with complete coverage of the boys' state tournament. Join us for all 13 games live from the UW Fieldhouse, beginning with the Class A quarterfinals Thursday, March 17th at 1 p.m., followed by semifinal action Friday, March 18th, and championship games in Classes A, B, and C on Saturday, March 19th. Don't miss a minute of the action when the boys' tournament unfolds next week on the WIAA Basketball Network. We're back at the University of Wisconsin Fieldhouse. Jay Wilson along with Lindy Kemp. Portage 29, Appleton 27. And Lindy, as we've been talking about earlier, Appleton West shooting very well from the outside, and they also have their inside game working with Tracy Werner. And Portage, of course, going inside a lot to Deb Cook on the baseline specifically, and Andrea York.
Well, that's the way you want to have a basketball game go if you're a coach. So it'll be a great second half. It'll be interesting to see if any of the coaches make any adjustments.
And we'll be getting back to the second half in a few moments. But first, our halftime programming. We'll be back with Dwayne Mosley and his special halftime guest. And we'll do that right after these sponsors' messages. We'll be right back. This is your WIAA network station.
Right now, during American Breeder Service Barnstorming Days, you get 10 to 15% off top bulls. Catch the excitement, Top Genetics.
I can't believe these prices.
You won't either. Your rep is filling his inventory to bring these barnstorming values to you. So check your tank. These prices only last through May. 10 to 15% off. That's exciting savings. That's ABS Barnstorming Days.
1 gram of cocaine costs as much as a boombox. 3 grams of cocaine costs as much as a TV. 7 grams, a trip to Paris. 1 gram a week for a year, a new car. If you're on coke, everything you work for is disappearing. Right under your nose.
And to our ABS halftime report, brought to you by the American Breeder Service of DeForest, Wisconsin. And with us at halftime, the executive director of the WIAA, one of the great people associated with high school athletics. He's been around it a long time and is an administrator and doing a bang-up job in Stevens Point, Doug Chickering. And girls basketball keeps on progressing here in the state of Wisconsin. And we see it this year in terms of how it's being covered by the television network.
Well, Dwayne, this is just a great time of year for high school athletics in the state of Wisconsin. And we're real pleased this year to be able to provide increased coverage of our girls basketball tournament. The past number of years, we have just been able to carry the 3 championship games on Saturday afternoon. But this year, over our 6-station network, we have 2 stations that are going to carry all 13 games. And we have a number of other of the remaining 4 affiliates that are going to select contests that are of interest in their areas and carry those. And we're very pleased with this because we think this game has advanced as rapidly as any of the sports that we sponsor, and it's just good for the girls to be able to get the kind of recognition they finally deserve.
We found out when everybody was decided, when it was decided who was going to be here, this was going to be an exceptional field, and so far this quarterfinal game, game number 1, has proven that to stand up between Portage and Appleton West.
Well, we just think we've got some great matchups here, and it was especially nice during the first half to see a couple of 3-pointers hit, because that just goes to show that the girls can do the things on the basketball court that our male athletes can.
All right, Doug, thanks a lot. We're going to be back with more of our halftime show after these messages. This is your WIAA television network.
Right now, during American Breeder Service Barnstorming Days, you get 10 to 15% off top bulls. Catch the excitement, Top Genetics.
I can't believe these prices.
You won't either. Your rep is filling his inventory to bring these barnstorming values to you. So check your tank. These prices only last through May. 10 to 15% off. That's exciting savings. That's ABS Barnstorming Days.
If you're hot, take your shot on a 1988 motorcycle from Yamaha. Take off on sport bikes that really perform. They don't just look fast, they are fast. Yamaha. And now's the time to take your shot at the lowest prices of the year on Yamaha non-currents. Take your first shot this year on a Yamaha. Get the best hot shot deal at your Northeast Wisconsin Yamaha dealer today.
Your personal commitments become our responsibilities at Fond du Lac's Marion College. For more information or an application, call toll-free 1-800-2-MARION.
But here our halftime report. The log of it being Brian Albrecht, the Weather Central. You're getting taller all the time, big guy.
Well, it goes well with basketball.
I'll tell you, the month of March always has that history of being very unpredictable weather-wise. What can our viewers and those planning to come down here yet this weekend and next week expect to see weather-wise?
Well, so far this month it's been pretty quiet. We've had some real nice weather, and we have reports of a big storm that's coming toward us this weekend, and indeed it is. But for most of us here, it's not going to be too bad. Most of the snow and the state tournament snowstorm is going to stay well to the west of us. So it looks as if for traveling, if you're coming down from the far northwest part of the state on Saturday, might be a few problems there. But until then, we've got nice weather down here now, sunshine, and it's in the 50s this afternoon. Tomorrow, it's going to be kind of cloudy and windy, but again, it should be rather quiet with temperatures upper 40s to around 50 degrees. Windy and wet conditions on Saturday are expected, but I guess the myth of the state tournament snowstorm got started back in the 70s when it snowed 3 out of 4 years. But here in the 80s, it's been pretty quiet, where we've seen the temperatures and conditions rather nice during the state tournament. Last time we really had anything bad was, I think, in 1982 when we had a bit of an ice storm at that time.
I'll tell you what, if we get in a trivia game with weather, you're going to win, buddy, because you know it all.
Well, when you've been around as many state tournaments that have been in the Madison area and you keep an eye on things, people always talk about the snowstorms, and we check it out, and it really hasn't been that bad of late. As I mentioned, back in the 70s, that's when we mainly had the problem with the weather conditions coming along. So it looks as if the state tournament, at least the girls' state basketball tournament, is going to be met with some pretty good weather this weekend.
All right, Brian Albrecht from Weather Central. That is this edition of our halftime report, brought to you by ABS, the American Breeders' Service of DeForest, Wisconsin. We'll be back with the third quarter right after this commercial message here on the WIAA Television Network.
Lakeland Boats, Mariner Outboards, built for people who make their living fishing. Guides like George Langley.
I make my living in this 16-footer. When you're musky fishing, there's no margin for error, and that's why I like the reliability of Lakeland Boats.
Get a top-quality guide-designed boat, custom-built Lakeland trailer, and a Mariner outboard, all for one low price. Save on this boat, motor, and trailer for only $29.95. Shop our factory showroom in Greenbush. Why pay high retail when you can buy factory direct?
Daddy, I want my teddy bear.
I want my Serta.
Get comfortable. Get a Serta Perfect Sleeper. It's the only mattress that goes beyond firmness to give you the exclusive Serta surface. It'll spoil you for sleeping any other way.
I want my Serta.
Get your Serta and save during the Serta Perfect Sleeper $25 million sale at participating retailers. Save today and find out why people are saying, I want my Serta.
Jay Wilson and Lindy Kemp back at the University of Wisconsin Fieldhouse at halftime. Appleton West trailing Portage. The Warriors leading 29-27. And Lindy, just a well-played, very even first half. No team with a bigger lead than 4 points. And I think our statistics are going to show how even that first half really was.
Exactly, and even with the score as it is, it's really the 2 3-point plays that make the difference. And from the floor, both teams are 48%. They haven't really been to a big foul situation yet, and maybe that'll be different. You can see the stats on it showing that both teams are at 48% from field goal, free throws 70 and 50, but again, Portage was only there once. Rebounding's equal, turnovers pretty well the same. 3-point play, like I said before, might be the difference, but then what do? You stay with your game until something doesn't go right, and then make your adjustment or make your adjustment now.
Leading scorers in the first half are Appleton West Tracy Werner, the inside player, with 11 points. And Becky Horn, the outside shooter, with 10 points. And leading the way for Portage, Deb Cook, who had quite a half, 6 of 7 from the field and 12 points.
That's right, and Andrea York had 7 points, and I think maybe they were looking to her so much that it freed Cook up. And Martin, again, very good outside. On the other hand, Appleton West has good balanced scoring there. Seabold picks up where Horn inside, Werner inside does their scoring, although Horn can get very hot from the outside.
So you think they'll pretty much stay with what they did the first half?
I think so. Portage might try to stop ball reversal a little bit more. On the other end, offensively, they might still try to take the ball inside. They've been getting good results there.
Okay, again, Portage 29, Appleton 27 as we begin the third quarter. One of 4 Class A quarterfinals on the schedule today. The winner of this game will play the winner of the Heartland Arrowhead New Berlin Eisenhower game, which is coming up immediately following this one. And as we take a quick check of the starters for Portage, it'll be York, Cook, Kerner, O'Leary, and Martin. And we'll try and get the Appleton West starters for you here. That's Seibel in the corner. And she'll put up the first shot of the second half and miss it. And O'Leary gets the rebound. Also on the court for Appleton West is Becky Horn, Tracy Werner, Tina Fisher, and who are missing? Shelley Robb. Okay. There's your starting lineups just underway in the third quarter. As Martin gets it over to Cook and back out to O'Leary. O'Leary from the baseline hits. 4 points for Shannon O'Leary, 31-27, Portage. O'Leary not afraid to go up against much taller players there.
Not at all, and like I said, they have a good balanced team, so at any point in time, any one of them can score.
Seibel out to Tina Fisher, who puts one up from the lane and misses, but Werner's there for the rebound over a Portage player and in. Tracy Werner with 13 points. Back to a 2-point game. Oh, near steal there by Becky Horn, but Portage gets it back to Shannon O'Leary. That's Deb Cook. That baseline move has been working all day. This time, Werner gets called for the foul over the back.
She has a great first step to the basket, and she gets around. When you jump out like that, you're going to get around the player, and then it's catch up, and you have nothing to do but foul or let them go.
Portage has been doing a lot of good things on the baseline today. Cook has pretty much owned the baseline, and we just saw O'Leary hitting the baseline jumper there. Is that something they consciously say, that maybe they can get around people to the baseline, around the zone or something?
Well, if you can move the ball quick enough and your defense does not make the adjustment, then you've got the baseline open. What you have to do is, when the ball reverses, get very quickly over there and take the baseline away and get some help from somewhere else.
Deb Cook hitting the free throw. She now has 14 points. She leads Portage, and the Warriors with a 33-29 lead. It goes inside as Shelley Roth has one roll around the hoop. Werner misses just off the rim, and Portage heads the other way with Shannon O'Leary. Tough break there. O'Leary looking for York, cutting across the lane. Nice pass to Deb Cook, who scores.
They're running York across the lane now to the high post position, and then Debbie Cook is sliding to the weak side, and all it is a quick pass to the weak side.
And Appleton West coach Brian Hacker calls a timeout. 6:15 remaining third quarter. Portage 35, Appleton 29. With a timeout on the floor, we'll pause to hear from the people who make our statewide telecast possible in Wisconsin. This is your WIAA network station.
My dad's a great guy. He's entertaining.
Yeah.
And he's got a terrific sense of humor. Mom says he takes care of me in ways I don't even know about.
Life insurance from the rural companies. For all your tomorrows, we'll be there.
I'm Doug Chickering. During the statewide television coverage of the girls and boys basketball championships, we invite you to find out more about our association. Phone your questions into the WIAA State Tournament office at 608-262-6180. On Friday night, March 18th, we'll respond to your concerns and questions live on our statewide TV network. We welcome your interest in the administration of high school athletics in Wisconsin.
Well, Portage has come out of the gate very quickly in the third quarter, outscoring Appleton West 6-2, and a pretty good timeout, I guess, by Brian Hacker.
Well, that was adjustment timeout. What they're, I think, going to be doing is bringing Andrea York up on top and then sliding Debbie Cook baseline. And the other end, they're looking again, the horn on the baseline, running the baseline, swinging the ball, and then hopefully getting a little jumper. Force the ball a little bit. There was a turnover.
Good anticipation by Andrea York. 6 turnovers now for Appleton West, something they've been doing a very good job with today, keeping those turnovers down, but not that time. Inside now to Deb Cook. Baseline, hits. I hate to be redundant, but that's what's going on. Deb Cook.
That's been going on the whole game so far.
Biggest lead of the game, 8 points for Portage. Jumper by Tina Fisher off. York with the rebound. Appleton West needs to stop a little momentum here. Things are starting to slip away just a little bit, as Portage holding on to the 8-point lead.
They're doubling underneath again on York. Every time it goes to her side, they're doubling her.
Dana Martin calling for the ball in three-point land. Fakes Seibel, puts it up and in.
Well, that was just a good move. I love to see girls make fakes in basketball.
And everybody's thinking Dana Martin's going up with a three-pointer. Seibel gambled, and Martin just went around it. 8 points now for Dana Martin, and the Portage lead goes to 10.
And Portage is either in a box and horn or a 1-3-1. They're chasing Horn on the baseline, not allowing her to get the ball.
And a big shot there by Shelley Roth, her first 2 of the game, and it cuts the lead to 8, and a turnover as Seibel picks up the loose ball off the pressure. Roth looking for another outside shot, can't get it, and that's Becky Horn in the corner.
That's what they're in there, 1-3-1, keeping Horn away from the ball.
Groff that time trying again, but missing, and Portage comes down with the rebound. An 8-point lead. There's Deb Cook, baseline, foul, Becky Horn. Well, Deb Cook just keeps forcing it to the basket, and she's been successful so far, and there it is again.
And when you take it to the basket, either you're going to score or you're going to draw a foul, and you have to just keep taking it to the basket.
Here's Deb Cook, leading scorer with 18 points today for Portage. Hits the first. A 3-year starter, Deb Cook, averaging 14 points, 9 rebounds a game, shooting 57% from the field. So she's been doing this all year long, shooting well, taking good shots, good percentage shots. And she hits 2, and Portage now leads again by 10 with 4:18 remaining, third quarter.
At this point in time, Appleton West, it's still not out of reach. Appleton West has to be a little patient on offense, you know, work the ball well, get a good percentage shot, and there's a slip off of her hand, but that was still a good area to shoot the ball from.
Are they perhaps starting to shoot a little too much from outside? Would they like to get inside a little more?
I would hope so, but they've got a person on Horn right now, and she can shoot from outside and she can post up inside, but if there's something in her face all the time, it's hard to get her the ball.
Portage now with the basketball underneath the Warrior basket. O'Leary inbounds to Cook to York rather in the lane. She misses, and there's Horn on the rebound and a foul. It's going to be on Deb Cook.
Foul is on number 42, Deb Cook. Coming foul. The ball on a foul is 2 Appleton.
That'll be 3 on Deb Cook, and that'll be an area of concern for Ed Zadowski, I'm sure. Now here's Appleton looking to cut into that 10-point lead. Looking inside for Werner, but she's well guarded as O'Leary dropped off on the defense.
Somebody else is going to have to take over right now.
Becky Seibel misses, and Portage with the rebound. That was Dana Martin getting the rebound. I'm sorry, that was Chris Kerner getting the rebound. Here's Shannon O'Leary bringing it up against a terror defense. There's Kerner. And the lead grows to 12.
Right now, Portage is picking apart the Appleton West defense by just a good passing game. They're double teaming York, and so somebody else has got to be open.
Kerner with 4, and Kerner knocks the ball out of bounds on defense. Just under 3 minutes left now, and Portage suddenly has come out strong in the third quarter. And it's interesting that in the regular season, the third quarter was Appleton West's quarter. They outscored their opponents 268 to 218, but they're having trouble today, and there's another turnover. Substitution for Appleton, number 11, Kristen Lee, will replace 43, Tina Fisher.
Okay, they're going to trap the ball, I believe.
There's Kerner looking for York, but it's Werner knocking it out of bounds. It seems as though a couple of the Appleton players are maybe getting a little tired. Their mouths are hanging open a little bit and just gasping for a little air.
Well, that might be where the bench comes into play. A lot of people, if you have a bench, you're happy. But, you know, you get here and you have to play with what you have. And even though you're tired, this is a state tournament. You'll go as long as you can.
Portage now will look for good shots, I would imagine, with a 12-point lead.
They'll be very patient.
Cook was open for a second but didn't get it. Martin throws one up from outside and hits. Boy, she is having a great day from the outside. Dana Martin now with 10.
Well, right now, Portage is in the driver's seat, but Appleton West still has to be patient. There's a lot of ball to be played.
And there's another foul on the outside on Andrea York, and that will be 3 on her, I believe, and 3 on Cook as well. That's right, that is 3 fouls on York, and out York goes. In comes Stacy Wilcox.
Well, that might help the Terrors a little bit. Maybe they can go inside and force them to shoot from outside, Portage from outside a little bit, because they don't have inside help.
There's Werner inside, over York and in.
She's just so strong, and it was just a great power move to the basket.
Tracy Werner matches her season's average with her 15th point, and the lead is cut to 12 with just under 2 minutes remaining, third quarter. Kerner looks for a shot, passes up. That's O'Leary. Back to Kerner. Hits the side of the board, but Deb Cook in the lane, rebounds and scores.
On rebounding, you have to make contact. You can't be watching the ball, and when it's 3-on-1, you just can't allow that one player to get the offensive board.
Deb Cook now with 22 of the 47 Portage points, and the lead back up to 14.
And Portage is back in the 2-3.
Inside, that's Shelley Roth, who lays it in. A seam in the zone.
And the press is on.
O'Leary with a long pass. Portage not afraid to throw that long pass, that long cross-court pass, and for the most part, it's worked out pretty well today. O'Leary will open for a second, puts it up, misses. And there's the rebound by Becky Horn.
At this point in time, the Terras seem to be going inside to Roth a little bit. You know, she's a good little player, and I'd post her up a little bit more. She had a nice shot in there, even posting at 5'8".
That was Becky Seibel with the miss, and Portage coming back. Another long cross-court pass. And O'Leary gets it right back, puts it up, and hits. Portage going up with those shots with great confidence now. They have a lead, and they'd like to keep it at about a 14 if they could, I'm sure.
Well, they're in a 1-2 offense, and they're going to start running the post through, and I think try to get Seidel back on the baseline. But they look a little tired right now.
And there's another turnover as O'Leary knocks the pass away and heads back court with 10 seconds remaining in the quarter. Portage up 14, looking to put a couple more before the third quarter ends. And Cook on the baseline spins another one in.
Well, she right now is just automatic.
Deb Cook is the story of this game so far as Portage opens up a 51-35 lead after 3 quarters. We'll be back with the fourth quarter in just a moment. Live from the UW Fieldhouse in Madison, our exclusive coverage of the WIAA Girls Basketball Championship returns after these messages. This is your WIAA network station.
The issue is clean water. We all have a stake in it. For wildlife. For recreation.
For clean ice cubes. Clean ice cubes to chill the light, refreshing taste of New Coke. A chilling idea.
Elect the light, better taste for a brighter, better America.
The time is now. The taste is light. New possibilities. New Coke. Think about it.
America's winners are at your Chrysler Plymouth dealers now. Get our biggest cash back ever. $2,500 cash back on Chrysler New Yorker Turbo. $1,500 cash back on Chrysler LeBaron Coupe. Or $500 cash back on Plymouth Reliant America. Let your Chrysler Plymouth dealer make you one of America's winners.
See your Northeastern Wisconsin Chrysler Plymouth dealer today.
Marian College has one concern, your potential for success. Your personal commitments become our responsibilities with challenging undergraduate programs respected for their excellence. From academic concentration to athletics and recreation, campus life is real life at Fond du Lac's Marian College. For more information or an application, call toll-free 1-800-2-MARIAN.
Marian College, the beat of the future.
22-10 in the third quarter. Lindy, how did Portage able to open up that big of a gap?
Well, they went inside, and Cook has really been carrying them. But then when the inside game's going, the outside game starts coming in. They had a real super balance in the third quarter.
And Deb Cook, who averages 14 points a game, has 24 points through 3 quarters. But Becky Seibel gets Appleton West off to a good start, hitting that jumper.
Well, you know, you have 8 minutes left to go, and you got to apply some pressure, hope for some turnovers, but what you can't do is you can't trade baskets, especially when you're 15 down.
Guess what?
They traded baskets.
53-37 now as we're in the first minute of the fourth quarter. Shelley Roth puts a move, gets it back out to Kristen Lee, who hits the jumper. Now Appleton West hitting a couple of outside shots early to maintain that 14-point deficit, and Portage breaks the press again with a long pass.
Well, they'll break the press, and then they'll get into a half-court offense where they don't have to hurry to score. They'll take the high percentage shots. What Appleton kind of has to do now is their guards are getting tired. They can't allow them to run so much, and so they might have to match up with them. And it looks like that's exactly what they're doing.
That's awfully tough to play man-to-man defense and come back at the same time.
Right. Well, you hope that you force some turnovers, but again, Portage is very patient. You have to try to deny the pass when the ball's dead and hope, you know, for some kind of a call or traveling or something.
There's a nice pass by Cook inside to York. Puts a move on, gets a foul, and that foul is going to be on Becky Horn.
Foul is on number 41, Becky Horn.
And here it is again.
Inside, York got the inside position, a nice lob pass, and she went up strong for the foul.
And Appleton West decides to take a timeout. 6:30 remaining, fourth quarter. Portage 53, Appleton West 39. We'll return to the UW Fieldhouse after a word from our statewide sponsors of WIAA basketball in Wisconsin. This is your WIAA network station.
The drama and excitement of the 1988 WIAA basketball championships continue next week on the WIAA television network with complete coverage of the boys state tournament. Join us for all 13 games live from the UW Fieldhouse, beginning with the Class A quarterfinals Thursday, March 17th at 1 p.m., followed by semifinal action Friday, March 18th, and championship games in Classes A, B, and C on Saturday, March 19th. Don't miss a minute of the action when the boys tournament unfolds next week on the WIAA basketball network.
I'm Doug Chickering. The young men and women who participate in high school athletics in Wisconsin's public schools learn the values of teamwork, goal setting and achievement, sportsmanship, and maintaining physical fitness. At the WIAA, we're committed to the future of high school sports, and we hope that you give your support to the athletes, coaches, and schools in your community. Participation, fitness, and academic excellence all help develop the young men and women into our future leaders.
Back at the Fieldhouse, Portage has maintained a 14-point lead. Right now, Lindy, of course, matching baskets, and that's exactly what Appleton West can't afford to do.
That's right, and I'm sure that they're going to start letting it all out here. You've got to trap. You can't panic, but you have to go to the trap when it's there. You just can't allow them to pass the ball around and not create something.
York with the strong rebound over Werner, puts it up and in.
Again, an offensive rebound.
Andrea York's first points of the second half. She has 9 in the game, but Portage still has that 16-point lead as we hit the 6-minute mark in the fourth quarter. Inside, that is Becky Horn throwing up a wild shot, and the ball rolls out of bounds, and Portage gets it back. A good timeout, I guess, from the standpoint of giving your players a little bit of a breather.
That's right, and they need to regroup a little bit. And now again, they've got to try to force some turnovers. But Portage is a good ball-handling team. They have a lot of patience. They've had a couple of close ball games this year. But again, when you have a lead, and they know what to do with it.
Cook misses on the baseline. York now inside, gets the board. Cook battles Werner for the rebound, a jump ball. And it'll stay on the Portage end, with now 5.5 minutes remaining. Portage up 16. They have the ball out underneath the Warrior basket, and triggering it in will be Shannon O'Leary. To Kerner, back out to Dana Martin, swinging it to York. Here's Martin, who looks at a three-pointer, but does not take it. O'Leary moves inside and gets the nice bounce.
Again, Portage is taking the ball to the basket when they have the opportunity. Appleton is looking for one or two options. What you have to do is try to score, but you also have to be a triple threat yourself.
That was Becky Horn from the outside.
And that's a good shot. They could come back in the ball game doing that, but again, they've got to try and turn the ball over here.
Portage really handling that full court pressure of Appleton West very well. And Kerner tried to go inside to York, but Becky Horn with a foul on the inside. That is 4 fouls on Becky Horn.
Well, that could have gone either way. I thought Cook had good position, but then they thought that York was going to the ball.
4th team foul on Appleton West. So Portage will be in the bonus for the rest of this game. Kerner looking for York. Well covered.
Now they'll just wait for a high percentage shot. If there's no outside pressure or ball reversal pressure, they could kill a lot of time.
Roth trying for the steal, which is what Appleton West really has to do at this point, and gets caught with the foul. And that will send Portage to the line on a bonus situation.
Here it is. They grab the ball and you just get there a little too late. A little tired, but good effort.
And a substitution for Appleton West as Tina Fisher reports in for Kristen Lee. At the line for Portage, Chris Kerner, 5'8" junior. Second on the team in assists behind Shannon O'Leary, and misses the free throw. Now Appleton West really has to start thinking about getting some points. They're down 16 with just over 4 minutes left, and Seibel decides to take a shot, misses, and York with the rebound.
And again, you want to try and get your offensive rebound. So if somebody's shooting from the outside, you want to crash those boards at this point in time. On the other end, if Portage is taking the shot, they're crashing. The Terrors look a little tired, but they're scrapping. They're still here. There's still time.
York gets it inside to Cook. Cook overlays, but gets it back and scores. There's the Portage Twin Towers doing their thing inside, both battling inside and getting points. Cook now with 28, 59-41.
And the Terrors are a little frustrated now that there are some calls being made underneath.
There's Horn putting one up. Missed it, but Roth with the rebound over York.
Roth. I think if she gets a little bit more active and gets a, there she is again, but they're going to call a foul on her.
And that will send Andrea York to the line in the bonus situation. One thing about Portage in this part of the game, I guess, would be something to consider, is that a lot of these players have state tournament volleyball experience, and they've been in championship situations, and they're an experienced ball club. They know how to protect leads, and I think you can see that they're still getting some pretty good shots and really trying to protect the lead, and that's what they're doing.
Well, no lead is for sure in a state tournament. I can attest to that. And what you really have to do is stay with your game plan. Don't get real excited, and then hopefully you'll keep your lead. What you don't want to do is let the other team back into the ball game.
There's Seibel driving the lane against Cook. Throws it up too hard. Werner in the lane. Doesn't get it.
And that's what exactly they have to do. They have to penetrate the seams, either draw the foul or dump off to the big people, or take a good shot. They've got to do it a little quicker now.
Chris Kerner gets her second foul.
Here it is. Here's a fake. She drives in, goes strong to the basket, and here's the rebound again, and up strong. Again, Portage is smart enough not to give her that three-point play.
Kerner again of 75% free throw shooter. She gets a lot of shots because she plays inside and is fouled a lot of times shooting, and had over 100 free throws shot during the year, and Appleton West gets the missed free throw back.
And that's Roth again. She's kind of sparking them here a little bit. Maybe they can get something going.
And Horn tries for three, misses. And York with the rebound. Under 3 minutes now. Portage 59-54, and they have the ball. Deep for Shannon O'Leary. Great pass, great shot.
That's the lob game they play. They clear out the back door and they overload, and then if somebody's open, they take it. If somebody isn't, they can still pull it out.
There's a nice move by Shelley Roth. Can't get it, but Roth fights for the rebound, gets it back, fades on Cook, but Cook reaching with the foul.
And who's on the line?
Shelley Roth.
And she's made this team go a little bit. They're still scrapping. You know, she gets the ball 2 or 3 times. She wants to win this ball game.
And we have a timeout on the floor. 2:30 remaining in the fourth quarter. Portage 61, Appleton West 44. Live from the UW Fieldhouse in Madison. Our exclusive coverage of the WIAA Girls Basketball Championship returns after these messages. This is your WIAA Network station.
I'm Doug Chickering. During the statewide television coverage of the girls and boys basketball championships, we invite you to find out more about our association. Phone your questions into the WIAA State Tournament office at 608-262-6180. On Friday night, March 18th, we'll respond to your concerns and questions live on our statewide TV network. We welcome your interest in the administration of high school athletics in Wisconsin.
Lies beget lies.
God, you sound like Mother.
Well, she happens to be right. Lying is a vicious circle, and there's no way out except to tell the truth.
It's not so easy this time.
1 out of every 5 people who try cocaine get hooked. But that's not your problem. Or is it?
The 13th annual WIAA Girls Basketball Tournament is brought to you statewide by the rural companies with over 200 agents in Wisconsin. Lindy, a big rebound advantage for Portage in this ball game.
Yes, they're outboarding them 31-23, and I wish I had the stat on how many of those were offensive rebounds.
Yeah. Shelley Roth missing the first free throw for Appleton West. Again, a 17-point lead for Portage. 2.5 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter as Roth looks for the second one. Now you'll see pressure again by Appleton West. York to O'Leary. O'Leary long to York. And the pressure again is broken. Now you'll probably start seeing some fouls out, imagine.
Some fouls, and they'll pull it out a little bit. They'll put people in all the 4 corners, rotate the ball, and just be very patient. Appleton has to deny the ball. If there's penetration, they'll kick it right back out.
And there's the foul on Seibel. That will send Shannon O'Leary to the line. On the year, Shannon O'Leary, 39 of 60 on free throws, 66%.
Again, they throw it out. They're very patient, and then that's an emotional foul. You just want that ball so badly at this point in time. You'll get it any way you can.
And they'll be scrambling, double teaming, everything to get the ball as O'Leary misses the free throw, and there's Shelley Roth again inside.
They've got to push it up and put the ball up real quick. And then crash the boards.
That's Horn. And a foul on Dana Martin, but that is the 5th foul on Portage. That will be a bonus situation. Probably don't want to see that if you have a 16-point lead and send someone to the line at that point.
Well, you can catch up at the line when the clock isn't going. But again, that's a good defensive foul. It wasn't anything real foolish. It's fouls that you don't want to give them that are foolish. And again, you can catch up here. You have to be a little patient. Free throws have won ball games.
Becky Horn has had a nice game today, 13 points as she looks for her second free throw. 1:50 remaining fourth quarter. Portage still up 15, make it 14. York double team, gets it to O'Leary. Near steal by Fisher, but O'Leary brings it across the line, and that's Deb York. Deb Cook, rather. Here's York, Andrea York, back outside. Appleton chasing at every opportunity.
And now you're really scrambling. You gotta go match up. You've got to hopefully intercept, like I said before. Get rid of the ball before the trap comes, and hope no one gets hurt.
And there is a foul as bodies fall on the court. First foul on Tina Fisher today.
In there trapping and triple team there.
Ooh.
That's how you get sandwiched.
It gets physical sometimes, doesn't it?
Girls' ball games are physical.
Yes. As O'Leary misses the free throw, Seibel starting to push it up court now. Appleton West needs points in a hurry. That's Werner for 3. Misses. Horn misses. And Cook with another rebound. And a foul on Tina Fisher. That will send O'Leary to the line again.
Number 43, Tina Fisher.
And it looks like Appleton West will take a timeout. Okay, we have 1:05 remaining in the fourth quarter. As Ed Zadowski talks over with his ball club, I would assume that Zadowski would just be saying, just keep playing the patient game, just keep doing what you're doing, and everything's going fine.
At this point in time, you might see some subbing for some relief, and at least having some girls get on the court in the state tournament.
How about Appleton West? You still have the pressure, obviously, and just go for everything you can.
You don't stop playing until the buzzer goes off. Not when you're in a state tournament or any tournament game, and hopefully any league game. Appleton West did a super job in their conference. They got beat by a very good Quaquana team who won that conference for the first time in 41 years. It was the first girls championship, but they represented their conference well. They had a great season, and, you know, only 8 teams can make it to the state tournament, and you always want to be one of them.
What a great first half it was, and then Portage kind of took over things in the third quarter there as Deb Cook really kept doing what she was doing all day, and some good outside shooting from Martin.